What's the best funnel for you to grow a wildly profitable business in 2025? If you're still using the same kind of funnels that you're using last year, you're probably noticing that they're becoming less and less effective. Buyer behavior is shifting, ad costs are going up. It's becoming more difficult to use the tried and tested funnels to get the result that you want. In this video, I'm going to break down a couple of core considerations that you need to make so that you can find the right funnel for your business. And then I'm also going to explain the funnel that we've been using to help people scale up to 7 figures in revenue with their brand. Let's get to it. Okay, so I'm going to kick this off with a bit of a cop-out. Technically, all funnels can work. In the last couple of days, I've spoken to somebody yesterday. They're running a monthly webinar. And on the last one, $100,000 cash collected, $200,000, so another $100,000 on top is due to come into them. I've spoken to somebody doing 50K a month with a VSL. We have people in our community who are doing 10K a month just on the front end from low ticket products. Okay. So technically all funnels can work. It's about finding the one that will work for you and your business. And the thing that you really need to look for here is what can you be consistent with? There's no point in having an approach that you can only do once every 6 months. You're never going to get enough sales. It needs to be something that you can do daily, weekly, monthly, depending on what it is that you're going for. Okay. The other thing that you really need to consider is that generally speaking, whenever you're talking about the cost of items, you have to factor in what the sales mechanism is going to be. If we look down here, this is low touch, this is high touch, and that would be the sales mechanism. High cost up here. And by the sales mechanism, how are you actually making the sale for the thing that's going to make you your money, the big high ticket product? What we found is if you're asking people for more than $2,500 for a one-time purchase or 2K a month for an ongoing service, you're going to need a higher touch approach to that. And there is generally like a linear approach. The higher the cost, the more involved you are going to have to be with the sales mechanism. So if you are selling something that fits in one of these, you're probably going to need to jump on the phone with somebody, or you're going to need to have some kind of like live webinar, especially for the one-time products, where people can ask you questions and you can go through all of the yes, no, up, down potentials, all of this stuff. People, to get them to feel more comfortable, you're going to have to be more one-to-one with them, more real time. Lower ticket things you can get by with sales pages. This down here would just be straight sales pages. Then you're looking at pre-recorded video like VSLs, live webinars, one-to-one calls as the price goes up. So you've got to factor that in. Are you good at selling on the phone? If so, cool, that's going to dictate what kind of funnel you build. Can you sell in a room on like a webinar to 100, 500, 1,000 people? If you can, cool, let's build one that focuses on the webinars. You need to factor all of this in. If you're not good on camera, if you're not good on the phone, if you have no interest in spending your time doing sales calls like I don't, then why on earth would you book a call funnel? Or why would you build that? I don't want to be on the calls all day, every day. So I don't do book a call funnels. Now, the final thing that you really want to look at is your resources. A lot of the approaches that people have and that people advocate for are very time intensive. And they will try and get you up here. You've got to do phone calls, you've got to do webinars, book a calls, all of this kind of stuff. Resources here comes down to two things: how much time you have and also how much money you have. Because the common, let's use this as like a book a call funnel or something where it's ads to an opt-in page to a VSL, and then on that there's book a call, and then you have the call. Multi-step approach. You're sinking money in here, and only if they turn up to the call and buy, are you getting money back here? This whole thing could take a couple of days, to a couple of weeks, to a couple of months, that you're sinking money in before you're seeing any money come back at you. It can be difficult to make that work, especially the way ad costs are going now. The cost that you are going to be spending to get one call can be hundreds of dollars. And when you are using free offers like this, get this thing for free, watch the training for free, book a call for free, you're going to get a lot of people who are not going to show up to the call. They're going to book a time and not show up, or they're going to be completely unqualified for the service. So you're spending $300-400 to get on the phone with somebody, and then they're never going to buy anyway. So it's not great. So what about the funnel that we've been using that is working really well to to help people scale their business. So I build my growth models always around this system called the ACCA model, is what we call it. ACCA is an acronym, and it stands for Attract, Capture, Convert, Engage, Refer. And you can change this. It's like a modular system. You can pull bits out, put things in to get better results. Now, for the funnel that we've been using, we're actually overlooking capture. We want to go an attract mechanism, and we're using ads, straight down to the convert mechanism, which here is for a low ticket offer, which is also a self-liquidating offer. We build these in very simple ways. I do the $1 product challenge. So we lead with a $1 product. Later, you can start bumping the price of that as the demand for it increases with a $1 product. And we build this as a simple upsell funnel. So we have the $1 product here. This is $47, and that's a bump offer. The bump offer is there to make getting the results of the front end offer faster, easier, or cheaper. It's a booster. It's like a catalyst to get where you want to be faster. Then we hit them with an upsell, which is usually $97. And this is to solve the next problem. So if you imagine, if this product here is to say, hey, we're going to help you lose 10 pounds, they now have a new reality, but they have a new problem. I've lost 10 pounds. How do I keep 10 pounds off? How do I not put the weight back on? That's what this does. Then we push people through to usually a $99 continuity. So that could be a monthly fee for updated. Justin Welsh uses this, and he has, I think, templates, or at least he used to send out templates every month about what's now working on LinkedIn. You can have a membership, a community for low ticket stuff, right? That's there. And then after, that's where they progress on to the next steps, which we'll talk about in a second. What this essentially does is this gets you a potential order value of $250. It's just under, it's like what, 248? No, 245. So we just say $250 that somebody could pay you here just to get into your business. We're running ads direct to this. This is very low threat, so more people are willing to take a chance. If you've organized everything else well, we find that you get a 30% here, 15% here, and anywhere from 3 to 5% here, depending on how good the offer is, how good your copy is, how good the system is. And we help you build that system. We actually have something to set this up called the $1 product challenge, which you can get around this video. There'll be a link, or in my bio if you can't find it. Essentially, that will mean that you could make $250 per person coming in. Realistically, you're going to be making like 60. Yeah, that $60 here has one job, and that is to pay off the ads so that you can keep putting money into ads. You put $100 into ads today, you get $110 back tomorrow, right? You're never really heavily in debt, which these things, you're going multiple days, because sometimes these take 20 days to secure a client. If you're paying $1,000 a day, that's 20 grand in debt. Down here, you put $1,000 in, you get $1,000 back tomorrow. Good. But you're never going to make money here. This is not how we scale the business. This is to bring in serious buyers at cost or a minor profit, and then we move them on to the next stage. So the next stage is engage, and this is where we help them do a couple of things. We help them get a result from this. They've just bought something for it. Hey, here's how you get the best results possible from this. Because if you want to sell somebody that 2K plus product, they need to know you, they need to like you, they need to trust that you can help them get the results. So your job after they've bought is, hey, here's how you get some cool results. And then to also get them to consume more about you, your system, your beliefs, your opinions, because they need to buy in to what you believe if they're going to pay you for it as well. So that's what we do here. We build this, and we build a system, a little ascension system to help promote that 2K. And we do this in two ways. Let's just say that you're doing an ascension with 7 emails or 7 follow-up messages, however those follow-up messages could be, and they're promoting your high ticket offer. And this is the sales mechanism here for the high ticket offer. Each one of those, the person is going to come through at the engage stage, and they're going to go bounce from one to the next. Most people will do that, and then they'll try and promote it there. We always offer each customer an express lane checkout to the high ticket offer sales mechanism. The reason we do that is some people enter your funnel and are ready to buy a high ticket thing right away. There are a few of them, not many, but some people are doing that. So you always, in the ascension and the engage stage, the ascension sequence, you give them a direct path to the sales mechanism. Now here, This is where you look at your strengths and what you can be consistent with. If you're great on sales calls, the sales mechanism here that you're promoting is, why don't you book a call with me? And all that you've done in all of these messages here, you said, this is how I work. This is the proof that I have. This is the system behind it. This is who it works for. You remove those objections that people have and the questions that they have, whether they want to think about working with you, and you remove them sequentially and as quickly as possible so that they feel confident. And then by the time that they're on this, the sales mechanism, whether that is a webinar, a VSL, a sales page, a sales call, they are more likely to buy from you because you've already disqualified the bad people. You've already built trust with the good people and shown them that you can get results. Okay. And then that makes this sale so much easier. Once you've done that, you then have these people coming in. The refer mechanism is just find a way that you can turn one customer into two by referring their friends. But this is essentially what we found to be one of the best ways, because this front section here is self-liquidating, which means that you can put more money into ads to attract more people, to get in front of people, to get more reach. Because you're directing them directly to a paid offer, you don't attract freebie seekers. You attract serious people who are willing to pay for your assistance. Then the job is to build more trust and to get them to consume and believe the concepts and approaches that you've built. That's what we do at the engage stage. And then you hit them with the sales mechanism for the high ticket offer. We found here what will happen is two things. You will attract far fewer leads, but you'll end up with more buyers, because everybody who then enters this funnel and buys the $1 product or whatever is a buyer, which means they're serious. These buyers are more engaged, and they will also engage more with everything here. And if you do the right job of removing the right barriers and making people feel comfortable, they will buy more from you at a higher ticket price. And we found that high ticket offers are then being able to sold 12 times more than if it was a free lead. The extra benefit for this is because people have paid, there are very few time wasters. Most people who are running book a call funnels, VSL funnels that go to book a calls, webinars, is you're going to have 100% of people sign up. You're going to have on a webinar like 50% of the people show up on the day, maybe 40%. 10% of people will stay until the close of the webinar because it's free. They got no skin in the game. If you launched that same webinar to only these people, you're going to get far fewer people, but they're going to stay, they're going to engage, and they're going to buy because they're serious and they're looking for and paying for solutions to their problems. So that is what we found is the best sales funnel for different businesses in 2025. Ad costs are becoming higher. So what you have to have is you have to have this front end self-liquidating so that you can invest in more ads and feel more comfortable doing so. Then you work on upselling those people. The days of paying for ads and making somebody go from, hey, here's some free stuff, why don't you pay me $2,000 a month for a year? Gone. Way too hard. You need such volume to make that work that you either need huge cash reserves, you need to be able to weather that negativity on the sort of going negative with your finances for such a long time, and you have a perfect system and really good salespeople to get it to work. This way, you can actually make more money with less people, less time investment, less stress, less wastage. If you want help setting this up, check around this video in the description on my bio. There'll be a link to something called the $1 product challenge. That will help you set up this front end system where we'll help you build that so that the potential order value is anything from $1 to $500 for people coming through. Okay. If you want help setting up the whole system, we have a full course called ACA Model Builders, which you can get in the Growth Models Plus community, along with all of the support and everything, which you can get access to, again, from around this video. If you have any other questions, drop them in the comments. But if not, good luck. Let's make 2025 a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.